Podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. On tonight, I'm excited to talk real estate with a
Yes.
special guest.
Yes.
You see, he's smiling, right? You see, I'm smiling, right?
They don't know we won the best.
We won the prettiest smiles of high school in
There
the
you go.
superlative. And without further ado, the man of the hour is Mr. Gashar G. Kelley Dixon of Angelstone
Yes.
Real Estate Ventures Partners.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's good to see you, fella.
Nah, same.
And doing it big, even better.
I'm trying. Yeah.
No, you doing it.
I'm trying.
No, you doing it. You doing it. He's new to the set, so we speak bigger. We speak future.
Yeah.
So you're doing it,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. And that's why I have you here. So once again, thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So guess we could just jump right in.
Go ahead.
If I ask you who is Gashar, okay, where did G Kelley come from? Let's start with that because I only know Gashar.
Yeah, so Kelly's my middle name actually.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so a lot of times people mispronounce my name and stuff like that. So
What do they say? It's
Gashar,
spell how it's.
Gashar, whatever the case, just all
Oh,
types
wow.
of- So somebody said, you know what, you should go with G. Kelley Dixon. It's a little swing to it, and this,
A little swaggy.
yeah. So
I
was
like it.
I was like, all right. It took me like 2 or 3 years to adopt it, and then that was it. I became G. Kelley.
Gashar. I mean, it's Gashar.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. It all works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I gotta pet people about names. I hate when people jack new names up because mine's get messed up as well. I just had somebody recently call me Shittazy, which I don't know why you would think someone named their child that. But we do have some interesting names.
Yeah.
So gotta give him a pass. But so who is Gashar G. Kelley Dixon? What comes to mind when asked that question, or if asked that question?
Black man trying to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bars for me. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Billionaire
Trying to take
in the
over the
making.
world.
Yeah.
Billionaire in the making. Billionaire loading.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So with that thinking, because as a man thinketh, so is he. If your thing is taking over the world, billionaire loading. Wait, what did you say? Let me say it correctly. What did you say? I said billionaire loading. You said
No. You're right.
That's working.
I said
that
in the
works.
making. I said
In the making. Okay,
Yeah.
let me use your words. Billionaire in the making.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you?
As far as business, as far as philanthropy,
Everything.
We're
gonna tap into each, but just
I think God has blessed me to kind of understand my purpose. It's just obviously to help people through real estate,
right.
And I think on top of that, I was just talking to my daughter. This idea came as far as like opening a line of business literacy schools, putting in urban areas to help out. People graduate. Every kid has a business. When they leave, they have an EIN number. We set them up with loans and things like that.
Shout out to Pinky from Study Vegan. That's definitely a goal for me. She her graduating class from what school is it? Not Morehouse. It's a different school. I'm so sorry. No disrespect, but the whole graduating class, she paid for them to get LLCs.
That's what's up.
Dope.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm into a lot of things business. I love deals. I love business.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of real estate. A construction company, a marketing company. We're just looking to expand. Just looking to kind of grow the pot and show people how to make money.
Right. So what I'm glad you mentioned is that you mentioned numerous things just now.
Yeah.
So you being you looking towards being a billionaire that consists of having your hand in different things.
Absolutely.
So what brought on you choosing these particular avenues? Was it just because most billionaires definitely into real estate, they're definitely into marketing, they're definitely into certain things? Was it that, or these are things that you actually have a heart for?
Nah, I think I have a heart. No, the irony, the funny thing is, I was coming over the Triborough Bridge with my mother when I was younger, like 12 years old, and I used to spend my summers in Lower East Side.
Okay.
Right. So we went to see some family, and then I forget how we ended up on the Triborough. Anyway, I think we headed back to Long Island. So anyway, seen, I'm looking at these apartment buildings, and I just left one. So I'm like, man, the people in there, they pay rent. I said, yeah. So who they pay rent to? Does somebody own that?
And you're 12?
Yeah. And she's like, well, yes, yeah, somebody owns that. She said, that's what I want to do. And it was just intriguing to me that this building had all these people in there paying rent, and somebody was collecting all that money. I didn't know anything about a mortgage and expenses and anything like that, but that kind of intrigued me a little bit.
You just knew 2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like, hold on a second.
There's a lot of lights
that's a lot of
building.
Windows.
Yeah,
I'm out. That means people in there and they're paying.
Yeah,
that was at 12 years old.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: tap into your childhood, because in my thinking, and you can correct me.
Yeah.
Just tell us a little bit about it. When some kids are just inquisitive.
Yeah.
And then some ask questions connected to their lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know if someone in your home was an entrepreneur, or maybe there was an issue with funding, with money. I mean, so your thinking was, how can I make money and who's doing that? So I need to do that. What was that like? Something made you ask that question at 12 years old, just driving past the building. Because it wasn't like a regular question.
I was always about money.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I
don't know.
You know what? I just wanted things, and I don't like hearing no.
Did you hear no?
On occasion. Yeah.
On occasions.
Yeah. My mom spoiled me.
Okay.
I was like,
you know
at the time, well, I'm 16 years older than my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
so it's 2 of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the dynamics? Is mom, is mom and dad, or just mom?
My father died when I was 8.
Your father died when you were 8? How did he pass away?
HIV, but he getting high.
Okay, so he had an addiction that caused his demise. Sorry to hear that. Okay, so
that.
Now mom. Okay, so having both your parents until you were 8. Yeah. What was that like, and how did you take that? Because that's like devastation for an 8-year-old.
Well, it was kind of topsy-turvy. So I was coming from Brooklyn. We moved obviously to Long Island, staying with my grandmother at the time. I was staying in Boston, and I didn't really know what was going on. Okay. But there was some turbulence.
Okay.
And as I got older, I realized
what was happening.
Well, I have a sister that's 2 years older than me.
That's not your mother's child.
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So when I got older, I'm like, okay, now I get this.
Like dad was shaking out. Okay.
Yeah, I love my sister. My sister's excellent.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were kind of like back and forth. They were together and they weren't together, and then
So mom was trying to figure it out. Forgiveness was in there and trying to keep the family together, but it just didn't, pan out. So dad passed away at 8. What does that do for an 8-year-old to lose their dad? And now mom has to hold everything down.
I didn't really understand it at first. It was just more like, you lost your father. And people come to me like, yeah, you the man of the house. And I understand the third. I didn't really understand that. I didn't really understand the importance of it until adolescence.
As a father, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I saw something recently where the person said, they made me the man in the house. And it made me uncomfortable because I'm a boy mom. And if God forbid something happened, I don't know if I would say that to my kid, because you're not the man of the house.
You kind of are.
You're my son, and I'm raising you. We're going to do what needs to be done, which you're not my husband.
I understand.
You're my son.
Yeah, but there's certain things that like if the trash needs to be taken out, you pay the bill.
Well, he's doing it as my son.
What's that?
That's already his choice.
I know, but
because I've seen it more than once where the male always say they felt the pressure. So was that something? Did you feel pressure, or was it just something she just said, and you like, well, I'm the only one in here as a guy?
It wasn't my mother that was saying it. It was
outsiders.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, my mother is. I had the best mother in the world. Nobody can tell me different.
I love that.
Nobody tell me different.
I love that. Yeah. That don't mean she ain't the best. Because she told you the man of the house. I was just curious to know what you felt like when those words were said to you.
I didn't understand them at the time.
I didn't understand.
No, okay. I just like, no, thank you.
You're like, yeah, my house is gone. I'm the man in the house. Okay, I am then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Mike, I get $1 for so.
What was your mother's profession?
She was a legal secretary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she worked in the courts.
No, she worked in Manhattan. So she had worked at a law firm.
Okay, she worked at a law firm. Okay. So now who's with you when mom is working all the way in Manhattan? Because that's a big commute.
Yeah, I was
latchkey child?
Yeah, I was roaming.
that
The people
mean?
that, hey, I was out.
What's
Like-
that mean?
Like I'm the kid that I was the kid that knock on your son's door at 9 o'clock on the school day. Like, can he come outside?
Oh, because you was like, Mom ain't home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you wasn't been.
Nah, listen,
They
my
must have
mother-
knew that. Like your mother gonna be working, she figuring it out. So
Yeah, my
do what
mom.
you
I
gotta
mean,
do.
she get home like 7 to 8. you
Okay.
know? So from I guess 3 o'clock to when school let out. But at the time I was at my grandmother's house and my grandmother was there, so I had people.
Okay.
But she ended up obviously she bought a house in Hempstead when I was in 8th grade,
Okay.
and that's obviously I moved to Hempstead and then I ended up going to school 2 years later.
Okay. All right. Got you. All right. So 8 years old, dad passed away, mom was holding everything down. What? Because I love that you said at 12 years old you said these words because that makes me feel some type of way. That's dope to me. So now 8 until 12, you thinking about money.
Nah, I mean I was a normal kid, sports stuff like that. But like I would.
What'd you play? I don't remember that in high school.
Yeah, I played football. School,
I'm just
football
joking.
scholarship.
I'm just playing with him, y'all.
You know,
I wanted to hurt him a little bit, so he was like, "What? How you not remember me?" Tigers for life. Tigers for life.
Yeah, this is out by like 20 years ago, man. It's like, so a lot of people
Put my
holding
business
on
on
to
the
that
street.
stuff too.
Don't we put my business on the street? Okay, it was not 20 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. It really, really was. And we still need a reunion. Just throwing it out there to somebody who might be watching. We never had one. That's foul.
Yeah.
That's
We have a
foul.
5 or 10 and fit nothing.
Nathan, we've had nothing.
Yeah.
This is a reunion right now. Like real talk. This is a
Definitely.
reunion. But
Yeah.
yeah, so sports. So you're
Yeah.
doing what boys do. What age did mom have? Your sister, you said she's 16 years older.
Younger.
Oh, younger.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, duh. Shanice.
Yeah.
Really? 16 years younger. Okay, so sister wasn't in play yet. So
Yeah.
now in high school, now you're in a new high school. What was that transition like? Coming from Baldwin, because Baldwin's a little different.
Yeah.
It's like white kids in Baldwin, right?
Nah, it was mixed at the time.
It was mixed?
Yeah,
all right, we don't really have no mixed in Hempstead. We was
Nah.
black people.
Well, if you count Spanish, yeah, black people.
Well, they us.
Shout out
We
to
really didn't have
shout
like
out to my
Caucasians.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was that? Was it different? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, I mean the curriculum was definitely like I was
Advanced, probably, right?
Yeah, so when I got to Hempstead, it was just like, oh, I don't need to go to
Yeah.
class.
There's a lot of us.
That didn't turn out too well.
Okay, what's that mean?
Nah, I was messing up.
You got left back?
Nah, I got left back.
Oh.
But I had at the end of junior year, my GPA was like a 1.9.
Child.
Yeah, so I go to colleges. I went to like Rutgers, New Haven, at Cincinnati, a lot of schools. You know,
They still
recruited me.
accepted you?
Nah, they like they was like,
She said nah.
Nah, they was like, you need to go to
you gotta take those remedial classes?
yeah, you need to go National. It's like, hey, listen, unfortunately,
She said nah.
the path at the time, and I hope it's better, the path for the Hempstead athlete now, everybody went to JUCO. You
Right.
notice like all the athletes really went to JUCO. None of us had grades.
Right.
Yeah, I think I remember one person that went straight and actually was able to play. So I only had one.
What you feel about that?
What?
What you just said. All of y'all basically went.
I mean, that's a very deep conversation.
That's a problem.
It is.
That's a problem. Oh, okay. They might not know what you're saying. Can you just explain that and then we're gonna move on? Explain what you're saying to me. Because they might not understand what you're saying.
About what, the school or the
Yeah, about how y'all are good in the sport,
yeah.
but y'all didn't go straight to like having scholarships and going to
I
college.
didn't have
You had like a
grades.
detour.
Yeah, so we even had
But they were
grades.
still allowed to play.
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
No, I wasn't eligible for the first year.
Oh snap.
If I went to JUCO, I could play.
Okay.
But going to a 4-year school, I could
Right.
not play. So
Because of your grades.
yeah, so
Right.
a lot of people didn't want to give me
Excuse me,
a
sorry.
full ride because I couldn't play. I wasn't like an All-American,
Right.
So I said, I was a week before college started. I'm like, I got one. They called me. They gave me a partial,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was Nassau,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, man, I'm gonna go to Nassau. And my older cousin, called me. She was running track at Arizona State. She said, so what you doing? I said, nah, I don't know. I want to go D1. I'm gonna go to Nassau. And she was like, you can take yourself to school. if you're that good, you can go from anywhere.
Right.
You know, because when you're young, you're just like, oh, I just want to go to the league.
Right.
You know, so best decision I made, I ended up going to school.
Okay.
I had to sit out first year.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I came in on academic probation, and to your point, the coach that was my defensive coordinator, defensive coordinator in college.
Okay.
He says, listen, he says, I don't know if this is good or bad, but I come in, you know, we finish training camp, now the season's about to start. He says, listen, school's about to start. He said, you got one semester to show what you can do here. If not, you're gonna be back in Hempstead with the other Hempstead athletes.
Ooh.
And I knew what that meant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
wow.
I made
that was a reality check right there.
Yeah,
I felt that thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fun.
But I feel like, wow. That means he's seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wow. That. Dang, man, we gotta do better. We just gotta do better. All right.
Sure.
So moving on.
But we doing better.
Yeah, no, we are. But as a whole, we have to do better. We need the coaches like that to keep it a buck and like, listen, you don't get it together, you're gonna be out there. Pick red or blue. You know what I'm saying? Like we need people to be hard on us, to tell us, listen, you have potential, but I'm not gonna force you to do it. Listen, let's go.
Nah,
all right.
It's
cool.
Academics are important.
Please. Yes, please take it serious. Don't wait till last minute trying to get it together, because I was that stupid too. Like, oh snap, wait, I'm gonna have to wait. What? We got 2 years left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, do what you have to do. As I tell my kids, I stole this saying from Denzel Washington. You know, do what you gotta do so you can do what you want to do. So get the good grades. You want to go to college? That's what you gotta do. You gotta go to school. Yeah. All right. So now college. What did you take up?
I was marketing and economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now explain what was that about? Like marketing.
No, I mean back then this is like
selling stuff and
yeah. So it was more this conceptual understanding the psychology behind the sale, understanding you know, really I think I always tell people like book smarts is terminology, right? Because a lot of the knowledge itself is kind of common sense. But then they say common sense is not common.
Not common, yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of it, like, it's just you being able to understand the terminology so that you can, you know, kind of navigate the corporate world, and then you understand the language of what they're talking about. So that's what I gathered from college. Okay. You know, I was able to get my master's degree.
Okay.
You know, they because I missed the first year, they ended up I had another year eligibility. At the end of my 4 years, so they paid for me to do my master's. So it kind of worked out.
Come on, God! Yeah, come on in here. It worked out. All right. So now you named a few schools though. What was those schools about?
What other schools?
I thought you named.
No, they turned me down. They turned me down.
Huh?
They turned me down.
Oh, they told me. Oh, that's what you were saying. Okay, right. Okay.
Let me talk about.
You said nothing about. I made it without you. I hear that. Okay. So marketing. Got your master's in marketing. Now, you're operating in that with your degree, right?
Yeah.
What's somewhat me?
Well, no, I don't.
You said you have a marketing business, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't.
Someone else is running it, or how does it go?
No, I'm saying like as far as the knowledge I got in college, it's like maybe 1% of the knowledge I need in business. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't really teach you business; they teach you terminology. Mm-hmm. You know, gotcha. Business is different. You know?
So you feel like with your degree and everything, they teach you more of how to operate working for someone else's company?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So now, 100%. How did you get business savvy?
Trial and failure.
Trial and error?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta, there's just like, you know, you develop instincts from like doing it.
Right.
You know, so I started my company. I started a company right out of college.
Oh wow!
Yeah, right out of college.
And so you feel like you always been like a go-getter type person?
Entrepreneur. Yeah. I never held a job more than 18 months. Yeah, I'm not a good employee.
What was you doing? What was the jobs?
I've had several jobs. Man. And funny, I've gotten fired from all of them except the last one.
You was getting fired. You wasn't quitting.
Not only quit one job.
Yeah, Gashar's out of control. Yeah. Hold a second. So you were just like, okay, I need a job, so let me get one. Oh, y'all don't like it?
No. It wasn't like that.
What was going on?
Like, I mean, a lot of different, like the younger stuff was like that. Like I got fired, like I was 16, I got fired from a McDonald's job. I think I was kind of walking in late, flirting with the girls, and I end up, this is the worst thing ever. I was a cook, right? So I was doing a hamburger.
Not a cook. This dude calls himself a cook at McDonald's. You at work, you was flipping burgers, and what happened?
Yeah, I'm showing people how to mess up their resume. What are you talking about? Listen, you don't flip burgers at McDonald's, you are a chef for $1 billion corporation.
Gee, okay, I like it. Yeah. That's right. You help the people out. That's marketing. See, it's natural.
Exactly. You a chef and assistant manager. So I made a cheeseburger with no meat.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You made a grilled cheese, you mean?
Yeah, I served somebody a cheeseburger with no meat, and then the manager was like, "Yo, come in."
He's like, "Sir, you don't care about this place. Yeah. You got to go." What? Yeah. So you made a grilled cheese?
Basically, and served it as a cheeseburger by accident.
Because he was such a chef. Okay, moving on. So getting fired, you realize you're not a good employee. I gotta work for myself.
No, the last time I got fired, I had graduated. The first business failed along with several others, and I said, you know what? I wasn't, the first business I did was marketing. We did a marketing company. So
what was it called?
Idacon.
Why that name?
Ideas and Concepts.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's a dope name though. Yeah. You want to hold on to that?
We still got it.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Idacon. They know who they are. Yeah, so the goal was to help corporate America understand get into the urban market better. Not like, in hindsight, it was just we had a lot of ambition, just not a lot of money.
So a lot of ambition, not a lot of money, and
not a lot of business. Not a lot of business savvy.
Yeah, right. That's what I was gonna say, because your lack of knowledge may have swayed it a little bit, right?
Yeah. Oh, it told me that's probably the biggest nosedive lesson I've gotten in the business, because the hardest thing in business is people don't understand what to do with their time, because all your life, and even in high school, college, and your job, they're basically telling you, this is your time, this is what we need you to do.
Okay.
Now you take the chains off and you have a business, and it's like, okay, well, you got to figure out what you need, what's the most important thing to do.
Right.
And that's the hardest. It sounds easier than it actually is. Because people you could look like a business and not be a business. And you could be a business and not look like a business.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that one, because a lot of people out here I got a business, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They kind of winging it for years.
Well, I mean, winging it is cool, but for years, there has to be some progression.
Yeah, it has to. That's what I'm saying. Thank you for saying that. It has to be some progression, because you can be doing something for years and still not be doing it well.
Exactly.
So you want to do your research when it comes to certain things, because people can be telling you, people can say I've been married for years and they're in a toxic situation when they haven't learned to, that's not how that works. Get counseling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you for sharing that. So now you said other businesses failed. Do you think, how long do you feel you got to a point where you was like, you know what, I got to start really learning from some of the mistakes I'm making? And when do you start feeling like, okay, we kind of coasted now? Which business was that? And are you still running it?
No. It's just kind of a building block. You just figure out what you did wrong the first time. And it's it's like you cooking something for the first time. Oh man, I cooked the sauce too long. I'm gonna turn it down next time I do the meal.
Yeah.
This time I had a little more seasoning here. So it's more like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
No, I was just but the biggest mistake is that when you in your business and you're trying to figure out what to do, you draw a line to where you're at, you draw a line to the money, and that's what you should be doing.
Okay.
Straight line. Most people don't really understand that. If you don't have any customers, you don't have a business. I don't care. You have a website, you got marketing, you got business cards. I don't care. Like if people come there, if you don't got customers, you don't got business.
Right. Yeah. Like if you ain't got no people in the pews, you don't really got a church. It's just you. Just you preaching and sweating. Ain't nobody listening. Yeah. But okay. So now, have you had friends and family work for you, and how did that turn out? I'm definitely curious because I ain't gonna hold you. I pray a lot about stuff, and God hasn't spoken to me yet about friends and family being.
No, I work with friends. Irony. Now that I think about it, in hindsight, we became friends because we had the same ambition and passion.
Okay.
Yeah, and then through that and pursuing the same goal, we became friends. And so I can't really qualify that. But as far as childhood friends, you gotta be able to separate the relationship and judge people on their own merit.
Right.
And not to say that like some people, like I've given some people a shot, family members a shot, and it didn't work out.
But are you guys okay after the fact? Yeah. That was the biggest thing.
Unless you taking it personal, then why shouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, you can have an issue if, like what you said, you were still kind of learning certain things you failed at, you had to pay attention to certain things you did not know, you weren't aware of. People could fall under that where you didn't mean to, put them in a certain position that didn't work out so well, but it happened. You understand what I'm saying? Like maybe money wise, or maybe it was a thing where they on the payroll and you thought a certain deal was going to go. It did not fall into place, and now I can't really pay you. But we family, so just understand it's a mistake that I made, but I still can't pay it. You understand what I'm saying? Where a person would be in their feelings. So you never had anything like that happen? If not, that's great.
I mean, yeah, please. There's been several times I couldn't make payroll.
Okay.
That
was just an example I was just using.
Yeah. When I say couldn't, like people got paid, but I had to
figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Listen, nothing I can. I'm just coming to my mind as far as that, but like I try to be honest with people up front as far as what the expectation is, and sometimes sometimes I'm overly optimistic.
Explain that.
Like somebody say this, I'll be like, it's a piece of cake, it's easy, and I'll not easy. I'll say it's simple, but simple's not easy. It's like I can say right now, dunking the basketball simple. You just gotta go to the rim, jump up, and throw it in. Simple.
And I'm like, boy, I'm 4'3", Yeah. I'm not 4'3". Be clear, I'm not. Okay.
5'3".
Okay, but I get that part. All right, so that's good then. So now, marketing is your thing, clearly.
Yeah.
Where did you tap in for? Okay, you're married, right?
Yeah.
Married, child.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd she come from?
My wife?
Yeah.
I actually met her doing business, doing real estate.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was an event at NYU, and she happened to be working the event.
Oh.
Yeah.
Working it like, no, you need to be specific.
No. She was like she worked in human resources for NYU, and so I like.
See, because I could have went to bartender.
No. So when I walked in, she was working the table, basically giving out the,
placement cards.
Yeah, and the name tags and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So, she was a little extra friendly.
Oh, he trying to say he got bagged. You got bagged?
Nah, I mean she women don't come out and say they give that hint like
you trying to say you bagged too. Is that true?
She know what it is.
She is still himself. So she's extra friendly. I'm done.
But but I think the one thing she saw about me, and I think it carried over to where we at now, is just that I didn't really talk to her to the end of the night.
Okay. You went to handle business.
100%.
Focus.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Listen, he was busy doing him, and she was in the same. Listen, God going place who. Y'all better keep waiting for the person to come in your life. Stop being thirsty. It's gonna happen, okay? It's gonna happen.
I feel like she's talking to somebody.
I talk to people. Listen, we in the world right now, and people just doing stuff. When if you calm down and take a breather and let it happen, it's going to. This man was in there trying to do his business, and then she was there.
Yeah.
And sometimes, a lot of times, that's how it goes. We hear these stories.
Yeah. It.
Good for you. Okay, and how long ago was that?
Oof,
Don't be thinking you better know
like
the back. Let's go.
It's like 2005.
Okay.
It's like late 2005.
I love that. How old's little mama?
Which one? Littlest one or the?
Wait, how many girls?
3.
You a girl maker.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you're a girl dad.
Yeah, I mean, listen. God say, you want to be a ladies' man? There you go.
He got all estrogen. He got all estrogen in his house.
You the ladies'
You
man.
know what?
Handle that.
Have fun. Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. All right, so what are their ages?
21 and 6.
That's one. Wow.
Yeah, 2 daughters
I
in
love
college.
that. I wish I could have just knocked 2 out, man. What was that like? What was that like?
I mean, it was.
Like y'all really in there like this with the
Well,
the memes, one running over here, one running over there type thing?
No, so actually when we met, my wife had a daughter, I had a daughter.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so we did the sister thing.
Love that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
Then we had one together.
Love that. Yes, you have 2 daughters. Absolutely. That is beautiful. Okay. So married, children, marketing going on. Let's tap into real estate.
Yeah. So
What made you go there?
I
know at 12.
No.
You
So
were
at the time we had the marketing company, like we had we were broke, and we all had degrees and we were broke, and rates was.
You mean you and your team?
Yeah.
Now who your team consists of? Let me ask you this. How do you find people to work for you? You just starting a business.
Back then versus now is completely different. But
what was it like back then?
I was just like, yo, I want to do this. Yo, that's a good idea.
But where are you when you're saying this?
I just graduated. We're in school. So
so this is college.
And my college boys, they live
okay.
in Queens.
Okay.
So I'm from Long Island. So we like, hey, let's do it.
Okay, so college. All right.
Yeah.
So the difference in now is social media and stuff like that. Like, how do you?
As far as finding people?
Yeah.
I can answer this question very deep, but I think if there's a book that you should read, it's the 4-Hour Work Week. It's excellent book.
Who's that by?
Tim Ferriss.
I think I've read that.
Yeah.
I read a lot of books. I gotta think. Keep talking.
So and people are starting to realize that you can hire people virtually, but at the same time you can hire people in other countries that are cheap labor, and they work harder than Americans. Americans, by the world standards, I ain't gonna say lazy. They could be seen as somewhat lazy.
No, we are looked at as lazy. We are looked at as spoiled, and we looked at as
we are spoiled.
Not
entitled.
We're behind. We're entitled.
Yeah,
the things we think is rich is not rich. Like, we're messed up. I'm just throwing it out.
No, that's a fact. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you for saying that,
because
that's real.
I've been able to kind of leverage. So I'm like half of my team is overseas.
Okay.
And it works great. Being able to build a system where we're able to communicate, and we have real relationships that we've never face to face met.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of business.
So now, all right, I want you to really explain the details of that, because my brain is like somebody overseas I've never physically seen. How does this work? Can you just kind of tap into that? You
need a system. The system is what kind of creates the communication. So
everybody knows their position. Like, what's the system?
Okay, so when you hire somebody, I used to be a terrible boss, and some people may say that I'm still am, but I hope not.
But what's that mean, terrible boss?
So when you hire somebody, if you hire somebody and they don't know what to do, they're just gonna wait around. So they're gonna sit around and wait for you to tell them what to do.
Right.
So when and at the same time, it's like, well, I don't have time to tell you and show you what to do because I got stuff I got to do.
Got you.
Right. So All right. So how the first question is, how do I get you up to speed?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't want people that are task oriented. I want people that are role oriented. So I'm telling you,
that was good.
This is the company.
Mm-hmm.
This is your role,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what we need.
Mm-hmm.
So now it allows that person to think, to say, okay, this is what can I do to do my job better,
to get the goal met. Better.
Yeah, because I know what my role is, and I know where the peg I'm in the entire wheel.
Gotcha.
So now I can think.
Mm-hmm.
I think a good boss supervisor enables their people to kind of think,
mm-hmm.
and to get things done. So when they wake up, do I have to tell them what to do, or do they know what to do?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, there's tasks that come about, urgency. Like, I need this done right now.
Right.
But overall, do they understand what they're doing every day?
Yes.
And if they don't, then you're a bad boss.
That's an issue. Yeah. Gotcha. Wow.
So the first few people I had, I had one assistant that was great. I was terrible. And I was just like, wow. So like the first maybe the first 3 times it took me about 3 or 4 people
mm-hmm.
to really say, okay, now I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then from there, it was able to scale. So once you understand that part, then you say, all right, how can we figure out how to train them? And then how can we figure out how to train them without me being there?
Wow, physically being there, right?
Yeah, now we can scale. Now I can just snap my fingers and say, all right, we need 3 more people.
Mm-hmm.
The person knows how to recruit them. A person knows how to train them.
Mm-hmm.
And now they know how to onboard them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope. Okay. Wow. All right. So how does that all play into real estate? Now, you have real estate in different countries as well? Or just here?
Nah.
And if
I've looked at stuff.
Where and why?
Just here? You said here?
Yeah, if you only have, real estate in the Americas.
Because real estate is complex, and you're dealing with municipalities. We were looking at some stuff in DR
mm-hmm.
recently, not early this year. I have a buddy of mine that's doing development in Jamaica. But there's a lot that goes into that.
Like what?
I'm not opposed to it, but because you're dealing with different municipalities, so different things need to get handled by different people. So I can.
But it's all in educating, though, right? And getting the research.
Yeah, but it's also having real estate is hands on. You don't got to be you that's there, but somebody needs to be there.
Yeah, somebody does need to be there.
Yeah, or else you get taken to the cleaners.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then the one thing about New York real estate is you get especially New York City real estate, you get a PhD in real estate.
What's that mean?
You deal with you see everything. Just like New York streets, you see everything.
See everything.
Yeah, it's like nothing surprises you. It's like, okay.
Right.
Like if I go to Kansas and do a transaction, it's like I'm light years away ahead of them, just from all the BS I've seen.
Right.
Like I've seen it done this way.
So what sticks out? Like name something that had you like, okay, this is different. Like name something, like maybe, okay, when did you start? When did you get involved in real estate?
2004.
Did somebody kind of like put you on and say like, yo, listen, I got this over here. I'm flipping houses. I'm doing this. I just bought this over here. You need to look into that. Like, how did it happen?
Nah, so my family was trying to buy. They were buying stuff they started buying stuff in Syracuse. They had like 1 or 2 properties,
mm-hmm.
right? And the bug has always been there,
mm-hmm.
but it was just like, all right, now this marketing company failed. Like, I'm low, and then this is like, because you understand, people who coming out, they getting jobs. Now I have a master's,
mm-hmm.
so like, and I'm broke,
right?
So I'm like, there's a lot of people like, I remember dating people and they sitting there laughing, calling me stupid, like, how you throwing your life away, like get a real job, like all this other stuff. And,
so you kind of got like in a rut where you were trying to find your way, like, okay, this failed, but I know I don't want to work for anybody.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm broke. I got a child that I need to, I got, daughter's mother I need to send money to, and I'm not.
This is when you had the first kid. This was happening to when you had your first child.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, I'm really like going through it. Like I'm broke. So and the one thing I promised God, like in college, listen, I did a lot of things on the other side of the fence to get by.
Okay.
But when I got the degree, I promised to God, I was like, yo, I'm good.
Okay.
I got paper.
Okay.
Like I can walk in anywhere and get a job.
Right.
So
that's what you're thinking, yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm in this rut and I'm broke and I'm sitting there, I'm just like, all right. And I got friends in the streets that's getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not going that way. We're gonna stay course. So the next option was like, all right, let's go to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just run with it. So I ended up getting my license.
Okay.
Which, if you want to be an investor, it's a step, but it's not necessarily the step.
You don't have to have it.
No.
Right. No, I was reiterating. You don't have to have it.
Not at all.
Because I think people have that misconception too. They think you have to have it. So then people don't get involved in it. They're just looking like it's too hard. The test is hard. I'm like, you have a lot of people winning who don't have the license. There's other ways.
Yeah. So I end up I got my license and I ended up landing a job at getting picked up. I'm gonna call it a job.
What's picked up?
Well, when you get your license, you can a broker has to basically sponsor you.
Right.
Yeah. So I got sponsored by.
I'm sorry. I know it might sound a little weird or whatever, but just explain the difference between a broker and a licensed real estate agent.
So an agent is somebody that doesn't have a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for them to legally transact, they need to basically have a sponsor or a mentor that basically makes sure they're doing the right thing.
Okay.
And usually there's a split of some sort. So sometimes the broker it's a 50-50 split. So if that agent sells something, the broker will get 50%, salesperson get 50%. Some splits are 90% to the agent, 10% to the broker. So if the person's seasoned, I don't got to train them, I got to handhold them, they know exactly what to do. They
can do their thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was looking for a sponsor and I'm broke. And I said, City Habitats, they said the quickest way to make money in real estate, rent apartments. I said, all right, that's what I'm gonna do. I said, where you gonna rent apartments? I gotta go in Manhattan. That's where the money is. So again, I'm broke. I had I used to on the N6.
The N6.
N6 to Queens.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, the F train to 23rd.
So
Walked to what was it? It was like 18th and 23rd. No, 18th and 7th.
Okay.
Was the office, yeah. And I did that.
How long did you do that?
2 months.
Oh yeah, he couldn't work for anyone.
Okay. No. I mean that's when you're an agent, that's a business.
Right.
You call it what you want. It's a business.
Okay.
So, no, I was renting apartments.
Was it the commute? Was an issue? What was the problem?
No, listen. The commute was tough, but I sucked it up. Here's the issue. Right? So I'm renting apartments, and I'm like, I'm going through this, and I had, I think I had rented one apartment. It took me like a month and a half. I ended up making $1,100. I got a little money, but I ended up trying to rent this woman an apartment, right? And she said, yeah, I want an apartment on the Upper West Side, and I need this, and this price. And it's like very difficult to find something at this price on the Upper West Side in this type of building. Mm-hmm. And I found it. And I was like, oh, all right, boom, this is a payday.
Yeah.
So yeah, call her up, say, hey, come here. We'll take you to the apartment, right? So we end up meeting. I take her to the apartment. She looks around. She's like, yeah, this is nice. It's nice. I'm like, all right, cool. Make sure we got to get an application in before. And she goes, but I'm going to pass.
Oh.
So I said, what's the problem? She says, you know what? My bedroom window is facing the west. And I want the sun I want to be able to see the sun when it rises. I said, that day I was like, yo, this ain't it. These people.
He's like, this ain't
I can't relate.
Even I felt that.
I can't relate. I'm like, no. I need something with numbers. So I said, I need to be in commercial real estate. I need to talk to people that's numbers. That's how much I'll make.
That changed your heart right there.
Yeah. So after that, I went on a commercial. I said, I started applying to all the commercial companies.
Fine.
I got put on.
So now, when you say I got put on, this is you back on the market in reference to having a broker to pick you up, and this now you specifically saying this is what I'm looking to get into.
Nah, I said I'm doing commercial 100%, and I was pounding everybody. Ended up getting a job at the time. Massey Knuckle, best move, probably to change my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I had I was a sales associate for one of the partners in the firm, and he was killing. So I jumped right in. He taught me a lot. We're still cool to this day.
Love that. Relationships.
Yeah, we was killing, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I worked all
like
the time. Saturday, like late Fridays, like we in the office working, and I loved it. Like
now, okay, you loving that working and stuff. What was going on with? Did you already meet your wife at this time, or this is with the daughter's mother?
This is. I got hired before because that company's event is where I met her.
Right.
So at the time I got hired, no, I didn't know her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but during that tenure, we ended up meeting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So then she understood he got to make the money. He got to get out there and do what needs to be done.
Nah, it wasn't quite like that. It took a lot of time, but that's another thing.
No, I just want you to be clear on what transpired, because people do have issues when it comes to jobs or careers where it takes up a lot of time and you're in a relationship. It's a lot.
Yeah, people always say I want the lifestyle, I want a rich guy, whatever the case may be, but they don't understand the sacrifice that comes with that. Yeah, because I work, I travel, I'm away a lot, so there's advantages and disadvantages of it. So it took a while for her to adjust to the lifestyle. Like if I'm gonna tell you something that you're gonna be like, no, my husband would be dead right away. Like I'd wake up like, yo, I got something, I'm gonna shoot to the office. It's 10 o'clock at night. I go to the office. I'm there till like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm coming back. Like people like, nah, it's a side broad. Who you dating? What's her name?
That would be me.
Yeah.
Cause what do you need to do? And what did you need to do?
Yo,
at 10 o'clock, 2 a.m.
No, I be talking years ago. I don't know the specifics, but like
I will remember the specifics.
No.
So is it?
It's not like most people like when you entrepreneur, you have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take time off as a parent.
Right.
You can be on vacation. Somebody call you like, yo,
you gotta take the call.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what entrepreneur is. So when I feel like working, it's ready to work. Sometimes, like Floyd Mayweather, he won at 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes just wake it like it be after the club, be like, yo, I feel like running.
Right.
Sometimes you just feel like working, or there's something you're working on and you get a burst of energy, or you know what I'm saying? Your mind is in a different place. You're like, oh, okay, I need to get this done now. I need to get this out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
that was good, G.
Yeah.
That was good.
I like that. No, so you gotta work on your
wife.
Yeah.
Shout out to the wife who's still in play.
Definitely.
Love to see it. Black love for the win.
Yes.
Black love for the win. Love to see it.
And my wife don't play.
I know that's. Listen, you gotta be a different kind of, a different breed to be able to deal with stuff like that. Everybody can't do it. So
it was an adjustment, and we, you know what I'm saying, she adjusted. Now she's cool.
She don't have to work?
No, she's retired.
She's retired.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. So she's retired. Your daughters are older. Wait, how old's the youngest?
6.
Okay. Well, she's with the baby.
Yeah. She doesn't.
All right.
If she wants to work, she can.
Okay. But she's comfortable right now.
She's all right. I hope. I have to ask her.
He said, I hope. I hope. I'm done. Oh my gosh. That's cool though. All right. So wifey's still in play. Now you went through some things.
Yeah.
Him and I were chatting a little bit, before we came on air. And I was just saying what I always say, which is, a lot of people that we feel are successful, the Shaqs, the different people we see on TV, they all have stories about how many times they failed and, what they learned and how sometimes they look back on certain things, the deals that they had, and they didn't make a smart decision. And now they're like, man, but now they learned, they're doing way better than that. So, just share with us, if you don't mind, some of the experiences you had where it just wasn't so fun.
So I remember I had left that Massey Knuckle.
Okay. Why'd you leave? You got fired from there too?
It's questionable. So here's what happened.
Okay.
I was working under that partner. We were killing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was running, and I was doing so well that they was like, "Yo, you want your own territory?" So I'm like, "Yeah," because at the
Is
time,
territory like a certain section in New
yeah.
York?
So basically, it's like he was working a territory, but he was a partner, but he had a territory. So the way that company was structured is that every agent had a particular territory.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working. He was the top of the head, and I was working on that. So now they're saying, okay, well,
of his territory.
Yeah. So
right.
if you look at it like basketball, like coach, assistant coach,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. So now they offer me a head coach job.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So I'm like,
so your own team.
Yeah, because we're the number one. Like as far as like transaction volume, we had 10% of all the company's business, and that's the whole company. Yeah. So
y'all was killing it.
Nah, he was hustling. Like he taught me what grind was. Like his bid. Like when these people say that grind, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what grind is.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Yeah, people
that's dope.
Yeah, so because he was 7 days a week, 16-hour days type of dude.
Right.
You know, that's.
So he wasn't married.
Nah, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was understanding.
Nah, he was trying to get it.
Okay.
So, you know, and he had it, lost it, and he was getting it back.
Gotcha.
So he was building. So when they offered me the territory, ironically, it's funny you say that, his wife worked in the company. He ended up in the company because his wife got pregnant and he finagled it to take over her territory.
Fire.
And he killed it. And they was like, yo, give him a partnership.
Yeah.
So
stay.
So that's how that happened. So anyway, the wife came back. And I thought I was getting my territory. They was like, yeah, y'all two gonna partner. And then that
you and her.
Yeah. Okay. So that partnership turned into me working for her. So I'm like, what type of the mix is this? So I remember we did a deal and I didn't have like it closed. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm getting my cut. I'm good, you know, I ain't get a dime. Yeah, so after that I was like, all right, now I work for me.
I got you.
Yeah, so we started bumping heads, and then the manager.
You and her started bumping heads.
Yeah,
okay.
So the manager, you know, she started complaining on me. At the time, I'm like, I don't care. I gotta get money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what your husband did.
I basically set the deal up, got the buyer, showed it.
You did all the footwork.
Yeah, and it closes, and you like,
oh,
good job. I said, no.
Not the pat on the butt.
No.
Not the good game.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was like,
oh man, it happens.
So the manager was like, he said, yeah, you complain on how you want to handle this. And it wasn't even a meeting for me to get fired.
Wow.
So he said, you think this could work? I was just like, I don't know. So he was like, well, I said, what are you going to do? I said, is there any other openings available?
They kind of didn't even acknowledge what happened. They just came to you like, what you want to do?
Essentially. And then I was just like,
I
was just like, any other position open? He was like, nah. So I was like, if I leave, do I get unemployment? He was like, yeah, you set that up. I said, I don't know.
That is different.
But, you know, it's basically like, all right, this ain't going to work. But, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah. Wow, Zers. So now, you're like, okay, done with that. But I still got all the information and the drive I need to do my own thing.
And no money.
And the money, right?
No money.
Oh, no money again?
Nah, you get unemployment. That's not money.
No. Before that, sorry. I got lost in the story. I got lost in the story.
I was getting unemployment. So
I got you. Okay, yeah. Going back to, now you back to that space. Yeah. So,
$4.
How do you kick in gear and say, okay, I'm doing this on my own? What's the steps? Because I really want people to win. So I really want people to understand what you did so they understand it can be done.
Yeah, I tell you.
What happened?
I'm on the job. I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, man, I'm going to have my own, you know, I'm being real estate investor. I'm going to have my own buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And dudes was like, yeah. So,
last laugh.
I just made a decision.
Okay.
Why people act like it's hard? Just make a decision.
Ooh, It's the bars.
Like you act like
make a decision.
Nah, I mean you act like you get.
Wow.
You're not always gonna see the top flight of the stairs.
Right,
You can still
right,
take
right.
the first step. Like,
Right. That was good. Come on, Gashar. I'm sorry. Come on, G. Kelley with the bars.
I'm still
All right.
Gashar,
So, all right. So, what is taking the first step? What was that?
for me,
Yes.
I incorporated a company.
Okay.
And I said, all right, listen, we're gonna try to find deals. And I started marketing, or I started hustling, working, and then
So now this is you back on the laptop, researching how to find spaces.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
the interesting piece, and a lot of people, maybe I should touch on this. The other thing that I did take steps, but I also sought mentorship. So
that's the one.
Yeah. So the CEO of the company, he's like way up here, right? And I'm like here, but he knows me. So
because you putting them numbers up. They know the ones who getting them the money. Let's be clear. The CEOs know, like, wait, nah, who this dude? Oh, he got the commas. Okay, which one is he? They gonna know who you are when you put that money in.
The way they looked at it is like they looked at it like my boss was the dude and he's just helping. He's working, like we see him, he got talent, but that's Jordan and that's VJ Armstrong right there.
Oh, give him Pip in the
But he's on the winning team though. He can shoot.
He can shoot. Yeah. Nah, he got the 3-point line. Yeah, he's stupid. Okay.
But long story short, like I just sent the email to the CEO, like, hey, work for you, used to work for you, I have my own company. Can I take you out to dinner?
Nice.
Would love to have a chat.
Okay.
And he accepted. Like,
okay.
Okay.
He's like, oh snap. He said yes.
So we like, it's me and two other partners at the time. We take him to this fancy restaurant, and mind you, we like, all right, listen. Now we got like $200 between us. Like this is not, and this
no,
at this time, yeah. So we're
wait now. Where these partners come from? They also work for that company, or
no. We met at the time. So after I left, I started doing a bunch of network. Anything real estate. If there was a post real estate event, I was there.
Thank you for saying that. Pay attention. Pay attention on social media. Don't just be up there liking memes. When you see real estate networking, you're supposed to be in the building.
You have to network. That's big.
You have to network.
Yeah.
He just said two major things: networking and mentorship. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I had he accepted the dinner. We go to the dinner. We're broke, right? We got like $200 between the three of us. I even think it may have been $100 between the three of us. So there's a Dave Chappelle skit. He's with a date and he's like, you want a hot dog and the money subtracted, right?
You want the one without the
so
no
like,
condiments.
Yeah, so we like, listen, let him order. He gets what we want. So he ends up ordering. So the waiter comes around and said, "What do you want?" Yeah, we'll take the give us water with extra lemon.
With lemon.
And you got a salad? Yeah, we'll take the half a salad. So we're sitting there drinking. My stomach's like, so we asked him if he could, be on our board of advisors. And the crazy thing is he accepted. We just took the shot. No,
that's God. That's boldness. That is not crazy.
The thing about people, so like
the worst people would say is no. Ask.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what
but people feel bad about rejection. To me, like rejection is the same. Whether it's no, whether it's F off, if it's you're an idiot, like you're like whatever it is, it's still no to me. I ain't next. Oh, right. So you don't want it.
Next. So you don't.
How about we do it this way?
You don't like the proposal, or you don't like the water? Like what's happening right now? Because I gotta be clear.
Yeah.
It's no.
Yeah, I need to know why.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
I don't really care what people think about as far as like it's that point. Like I don't really care. I kiss 100 frogs to get to it. Like rejection doesn't bother me at all.
Boom. Yeah. That's why he winning. Okay. So
he accepted.
He accepts it.
And he taught me a ton. Like
what sticks out?
Because I mean he at
he's
the time he's worth like 100 million, right? So I'm bringing, and we created a board, and we had we would come every month. We went out like a conference room, and we would go over, yo, this is our numbers, this is our strategy, this is what we are thinking of doing. This is
and where you doing these meetings at?
Yeah, just running on a conference room.
Okay.
Like the time was like $30 for the hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and he never asked for no money or anything like that. He just great guy, Bob Knuckle. Shout out to Bob Knuckle.
Shout out to you.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
He just between our CPA, him, we had another millionaire successful investor, and it was just a melting pot of information. And then they would slice our plans up, or they were like, nah, this is it, this is this, so you need to figure out this, or how about this, why don't you guys do this? So it was kind of gaining that insight,
right,
helped us a lot. And we started rolling. Like we were
kind of immediately then.
Nah, by the time 2000, let's put it like this. Me and my wife were dating, and then we had broke up. We took a year off, no contact at all.
Okay.
So when I left her,
why ever go?
Complicated.
Moving on.
So we took that break. Now. We took the break. I was living in a basement studio, and then a year later, I had my own house, car, and money in my bank account. Like,
what happened in that year?
We started buying stuff up. We started raising money. So we started like a small firm. We started buying property upstate. We were fixing and flipping. Things were rolling.
Y'all started shaking out.
Yeah, and then 2009 happened.
Okay.
Well, and then, 2008 really, and then yeah.
Okay. Before we get to 2008, now, when you said you had these advisors, the CEO, this other person, millionaire, whatever, advising you guys, can you think of some of the things that they would kind of tell you to tweak? Give us like scenarios.
Yeah. So they really made us look internally to figure out our strengths, to say like what we could be good at. Like a lot of times people, if you thinking like big, right? People pay for greatness, and people pay the most to be number one.
Yeah.
Like most stand-up comedians don't make a lot of money.
Right.
But if you're the number one stand-up comedian in the world, you're making a killing. Right. If you're the number one boxer, you're number one whatever. Right? So what can you be the best in the world at? And what advantages do you have that gives you a competitive advantage? So they gave us, kind of planted seeds in us to really kind of think and strategize, to really help us determine what that is.
Love that.
Yeah. So what can we dominate given our skill set and our network? Yeah.
I'm in that room right now. I feel motivated right now. I'm thinking about my strengths right now. So okay. So
a lot of that, and then a lot of different strategies, specific deals we looked at, and then how to really raise capital.
So now, what's your strength?
Well,
are you using the voice? Are you using the person that's speaking? Like what?
Systems. Yeah, systems and marketing.
Okay.
So I build systems. So I can build something, create it, and it could just run. Yeah.
And that comes from a combination of just having drive and what you've been taught from other people who are successful at these things.
And a lot of failure.
Mostly
a lot of failure.
So the experiences.
Yeah.
Okay, got you there.
Experience is the best teacher.
All right. So now let's go to 2008. What transpired in 2008 into 2009?
Fast forward. Before we jump into that, experience is the best teacher, because even with these very successful people, there was stuff that they were telling me that I wasn't listening to because I didn't go through the experience. And then when I went through the experience, it's like,
he told me.
That's why they said that. Yeah. And I didn't even, and then we beat our kids up for that. But that's a lot of times that's how they gotta learn. Right. It's like, all right, you try to tell this, I was a dummy, don't be the dummy. And they're like, Then they gotta go mess up. And then they say, "Oh,
Dang,
yeah, that's why
now.
they said that." Yeah. So that's a lot of that. Is what happened.
Thank you for saying that, because that even connects to what you said earlier when you said go from this line to this line. You just gotta get there. There's steps.
Yeah.
If you're trying to hop over certain steps, you're not gonna end up with the same result, or you're gonna end up having to go back.
Thanks.
So thank you for saying that.
Yeah. What was the other question?
What happened in 2008 into
the market
2009?
crash.
So then what happened?
Yeah, all right. So we had bought assets. We were in, I think we were in about 4 or 5 projects at the time. So we had bought these projects. We were fixing them, and then we were gonna either rent them or sell them.
This is down this way or upstate?
Upstate.
Okay.
Upstate
is a big market, huh?
It's not. I wouldn't say it's not bigger than down here. Not bigger than down here. It's the price. The price levels are cheaper.
Right.
So we said our dollars can go a lot further.
Keep encouraging me to go up.
Yeah, it depends on your strategy, but that's
all right. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
So yeah. So we had we were in the middle of projects, and it was like the value of the property said.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, we had this construction money. If we build it, then it's worth here. So it doesn't make sense to build it. So kind of like, man, what do we do?
Kind of sitting.
Yeah. So we the smart thing that we did was so it got so bad, our lenders started calling us, and they were like, we most of our loans were through one lender, and he was like, listen, we'll sell you the debt for 10 cents on the dollar. So we had the construction capital. We like, you mean, so if we borrow 90,000, we pay you 9,000, and there's no more mortgage on the property? They said, yeah. We said.
So wow, wait, no, go back. I want to understand that.
Yeah.
So they contacted you because of the obvious, you know, and they tell you, we'll pay you for the debt.
Yeah. Well, no. So they lent out money to us.
Right.
So let's say we're in 90 grand on this property. Mm-hmm. Right. So now they already see the writing on the wall, and a lot of those independent lenders at the time had a cash crunch. Okay. So now their investors are panicking.
Right.
So they're thinking that we're going to default and they're not going to get any money back.
Right.
Gotcha. So then now they're like, okay, well,
so they're trying to catch you. We know you owe us on the ground.
We know you owe us 90,000. Mm-hmm. Just give us 9,000, mm-hmm. and then we'll consider the mortgage paid off.
Okay.
So we like, cool, yeah, we're gonna do that.
Wow.
Right. So now we have property and we don't have money to construct.
Right.
But now we have investors that are expecting their return.
Right. So
we have managed to. I mean, like I had my partner at the time. Shout out to Dwayne. His uncle, Percy, shout out to Percy. We still talk, he's a funny guy. And so we end up, and my uncle Diesel, shout out to Brian. Mm-hmm. We end up going up to Albany, and we end up sleeping in the house, and we end up doing the work ourselves because we couldn't afford to pay anybody.
That's dope.
Yeah, so we end up like getting it up.
Like literally started from the bottom, now we here type thing.
Yeah, we end up renting it. And then like at the time it didn't make sense. I'm like, all right, we're getting this money, this rental income. All right, we're gonna pay it to investors. Mm-hmm. And so all the money is going to investors.
Right.
And I have no money.
Right.
Zero. And at the time it sounds like it's an honorable thing to do. It's actually a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not straight, I can't get them their money.
Right.
Yeah. So So this is the time. So now my house that I just bought is in foreclosure. Mm-hmm. Like I ain't got no cable. Shout out to Mike. Mike used to work for cable video. You know Mike I'm talking about. I said the last name. Yeah. He said you
gotta tap to those friendships, you know.
So all I had was internet. He was like, "Yeah, I got you, babe." He said, "I'm gonna show you how to work this thing." I got my cable like halfway on. I got like half the channels. Yeah. So, but this is probably one of the lowest points that I remember. I remember like I went shopping, and I used to live on I was in Cambria Heights, so I was on 115th in Springfield.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was the McDonald's of Springfield, Linden.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm in the house, like I just finished shopping, whatever the case may be. You know, poor man meal, oodles and noodles, peanut butter jelly, typical bread, typical stuff, like eggs.
Survival mode.
So my accounts are both on negative, right? Yeah, I forgot to buy toilet paper. So you eat noodles and peanut butter and jelly, you gonna move survival. So I go to the bathroom. I'm like, before I sit down, I'm like, yo, man, no. So I'm looking, I'm like, man, I ain't got no. I said, I ain't got no. Go to check my account. I'm like, damn, negative. I said, I ain't even got $1 for a roll of toilet paper.
Right.
I'm like, so my stomach is like, I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, damn, I kill a shirt. Nah, I can't buy my. I was like, so then it just hit me. So I end up running to McDonald's. So I go there. I'm just like, I see the napkin thing. I'm like, snatch like all the napkins went back here on my bed. I'm like, yo,
something gotta give.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm driving. So now obviously
this ain't it.
I'm driving. Obviously, in my car. I gotta go upstairs. I gotta do whatever the case may be. So now I can't afford the registration, and now I'm starting to get tickets. So I got like a little speeding ticket. Then it was like 1 month. I just got getting back to back to back. Then I had court, and so when you get the 10 suspensions.
Wait, what?
You get the 10 suspensions. You heard it right. At the time, like 13. So the thing is, like, when you get a suspension, like, so when you get a violation, let's say I get a ticket, and let's say I don't pay that ticket.
Right.
So now I have the outstanding ticket. That's a suspension, and now I have a license. Now I have a suspension on top of that. So I'm suspended 2 times. One for not.
How the heck you suspended?
One for the actual violation, and one for not paying the violation.
Oh.
So now I got 2, and now if I drive, I get caught.
Accumulated. Oh.
Yeah. So now that's basically how. So I get caught again. So I get another ticket, which should be another suspension, and then I get a suspension on top of that one. You see what I'm saying? And then I get.
So it's like 2 with 2.
But then it get worse because then I get a not only do I get the ticket now, I was getting the driving on a suspended license charge. Yeah, so it was bubbling up fast.
They were banging you.
So end up, I guess I had to the point it was like a Class E felony. Long story short, I ended up getting 30 days in Nassau County. That's when I saw you.
He saw me. I ain't seen his behind. He know daggone well. But I tell him like, excuse me. Yeah. What is happening?
Yes, I did. I ended up doing 17 days in jail.
So they chopped the time?
Yeah, no, it was like, you do 2/3.
Oh no, I don't know. I just worked there.
Sorry, I forgot.
I actually don't know.
I forgot my bad. Yeah, you do 2/3.
So what was 17 days like away from your wife, away from your children?
You weren't married at the time.
Oh, this is beforehand. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, if you go to jail, I ain't visiting nobody in jail. Man, like, she can't. She's like, hey, baby, I can't believe you got me in jail here. You know I love you for this,
That's love. That's love. So now, master's degree was just killing it.
Yeah. Had
your own spot, you and your people's doing y'all, building a home because, thank God you had to just kick out the 9,000.
Yeah, and this is after, also, by the way, if you get caught driving on suspended license, they're arresting you. 100%. So I've been spent countless times in Central Booking.
Oh,
but my family is a family of COs, so it worked out. I go into the Central Bookers, I be through. They be like, yo, how does
Nassau County different though. Nassau County different. It's its own machine.
Yeah,
it's its own
but
monster.
In the city, like, because they got like the floor, so like first floor, second floor, and you hit the third floor on the third day. And then you gonna be 3 days.
There's levels to this thing.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
man.
Yeah.
So what was that? Where was your mind with that right there? Like, because you in there with actual criminals.
Yeah. I mean, I went in a suit. Like, they try, like, I had to let people know on the bus, like, listen. I ain't a street dude. I ain't no, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't. Don't think it's easy.
It ain't sweet.
Yeah, it ain't sweet over there.
But this ain't my life either.
That's
right?
Part,
okay.
Yeah. But Nah, it messed with my confidence a little bit, man. It messed with my confidence a lot. Like I wasn't used to feeling like that, and I felt like, and it got to a point where I had to get a job, like, cause like my at the time my daughter's mother was patient, cause this was like from I'm gonna say a stretch from 2009 to about 2012 ish, and she's not really getting any money, and she like, nah, bro, you go to court. Yeah. So it was like, I had to get a job.
You had to eat that, yeah.
Yeah. And I started working at Cablevision.
Okay. He said, I see how he hooked me up with the cable. So then I was like, oh, let me get on that. Or did he lock you in?
Nah, the dumb thing is I thought I could. My goal was to get a job and then still do real estate. Like
right.
I was working in the Bronx. I had gotten a real estate office in the Bronx. Like I was renting the office. Like so, I go to work and then I go to work.
Okay.
And that was
good.
Yeah, and I wasn't really like the cable was getting in the way of making real money.
Of making the real money. Okay.
Yeah,
so how long was that? Because you said you wasn't a good employee.
18 months.
Okay.
No. I did well. They were trying to make me a manager. But I realized that the minute I went there, I was killing.
Okay.
Right. I did well.
So it was natural.
Yeah. I mean, I was around six figures, about six. Sometimes over stuff. But that was the pace I was on.
Gotcha.
Basically, I was making my $100,000. So I'm like, and for that department, it's like, making 60, you're a superstar.
You good.
Yeah. But I was like, I hated the job, not the people. I love the people, but the actual job itself.
Right.
And
you know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And so there was two real big eye openers. The first one was I ended up I was working the phones and I ended up talking to somebody from my old Massinaco job.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was God. What?
Yeah. And he didn't know it was me though.
Because
my phone name was Gary. So I'm just like, yeah, you in real estate? Oh, how's that going? Yeah, he's telling me he just switches companies and everything like that. And in my head, I'm like, I can run circles around this guy.
I know that's a fact.
He's doing it, and I'm
She's like, what?
Yeah. And then the second eye opener, I had they had some committee. There was like a union that was about to come on, and they had the higher ups. Like this is like the Dolans,
right?
Like Kristen Dolan.
Yeah. Came
to me and it was just like, hey, what can we do to make things better? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they had something called like Optimal Rewards. So I had wrote out a report, and then I'm hitting up she's like is president, and then
top tier.
Yeah, Bob though.
Yeah. Wow.
So she read it, and she was like, she emailed the company, not the company, the department, say, why are we doing this?
Wow.
So now they're like,
they're
nervous.
Cat?
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
Like, who is this dude?
Yeah. But I realized it's like how many people had the audacity to go up, try to reach that high. So after the report,
he's known for that. He hit up CEOs and take them to dinner with $100. Oh wait, maybe like $50 in order salad.
Yeah,
and water.
Nah,
that's fire.
But the head of the department, he was just like, yo, bro, you looking at this? He's like, bro, you don't belong here.
You're right.
I was like, yeah.
He told you.
Yeah.
Knew that was coming.
But I ended up getting a Brooklyn job, and then these agents were making money. Like so, these agents were doing between like if you sucked, you were doing 80 up to like $500,000.
Wow. If you sucked.
Yeah, he was doing 80.
I don't mind sucking. Like, wait, time out. Move on. Please. Hurry up. You ain't giving me no life. ain't nothing you said thus far that's about being a team player in systems. You ain't. I still
Nah,
think it's
so
good.
so like I got one foot in and one foot out at the time, and I was talented enough to like all you had to do was get one sale a day.
Yeah.
And they like, yo, we don't care what you do after that. So I'd go like I check into the office.
Mm-hmm.
I come back to do my real estate stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm like, hey, let me go out. I just go hustle, get a lead, submit it, and then go back home. So I got tired of doing that because I felt like I was losing money,
Mm-hmm.
and I called, I told him I put in my resignation. I said, nah, I'm out. Now this is a very important point. I took a leap of faith because God showed me something. I had a dream one night, and it basically was like like the ghost of Christmas, past, present, future type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And then it just showed me my future if I was staying on this path.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm in bed like this. I just roll out of bed and dropped on my knees. I was like, all right, Lord, you telling me I should leave?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right. I put in my resignation the next day.
Fire.
Yeah, they like, yo, what are you doing? Yo, the brothers, they pulled me to the side. They said, yo, man, you bugging.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get shots like this. I had my own business before. Is you crazy? You walking away from $250,000. Like,
that's why you don't listen to people, you listen to God.
Yeah, and I took a step.
Ooh.
But I know they were trying to to help me. But
yeah.
No, I just at the
time. But you just know when it's time.
Yeah.
You just really do know when it's time.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And then it worked out for a little while. Then I went homeless again for the second time. And,
okay. So the first time you was homeless was when?
Around 2009. Because I had to what I did was I had no money. So I said I'm gonna move out my house. I'm gonna rent my house.
Okay. Because the house is going into foreclosure at that time, right?
Yeah. So okay. Let me at least get like
something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I had the basement rent out. So at the time I was collecting like $3,000 or so a month. So it was keeping me
afloat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not even maybe $2,500, whatever.
Okay.
But I was keeping me afloat. But initially I didn't really have any place to go.
Right.
And when I had money, I was 26, 27. I had a little money. I was real cocky and arrogant.
You was ridiculous, huh?
I was like, you couldn't. Yeah, I was.
Couldn't tell you nothing, huh?
Yeah, I was a little too much.
God, I had to humble you.
100%.
Yeah.
So I was sleeping in my car. I used to drive up on different blocks. So when you sleep in your car.
What kind of car you driving?
I had a Honda Accord at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I pull up on a block. If you ever, anybody that's been homeless, slept in their car, know it. So it get cold in New York, right? So you can't really sleep with the heat on, So you turn the car on, you blast the heat, get it hot, and then it gets super hot. You turn the car off, go back to sleep.
Right.
Then it get cold again. You wake up, turn back the car on. And I had a gym membership.
So the whole production.
Yeah. So I had a gym membership. I had my bags in the trunk, like clothes, outfits, what have you. And I have a gym membership just to shower and change drawers. Didn't work out at all. They walk in the gym, hey, go right to the back, shower, and walk back out. Like I work from I get to office like 8:30. I work to like 10:30, 11. Go drive, find a spot.
All over again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that lasted for about 3 weeks, and then
okay.
And then moving in with my partner, because I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I didn't tell nobody. I was just.
So nobody even caught on.
Nah, nobody knew.
So then what happened? You just finally was like, I got this ain't it.
Nah, it came out, and then so I stayed with him for a little while.
How'd it come out?
Nah, I think I would say like, yo, where you headed or where you go? Da, da, da. I'm just like, nah, I'm about to pull up over here. Like, what you mean? Like, And nah, it got real. I mean, we gonna kill you for saying this. Yeah, we was washing up with dish detergent.
Right.
Yeah, like soap was like a commodity.
Yeah.
It was serious.
It got real.
This, Cascade shampoo. Like Yeah.
I can't with you, Cascade. Not even Dawn? No, I was
Nah,
kidding.
but
Wow.
yeah, but yeah, it worked out. I ended up moving in actually with my wife, and
Okay.
after I left, I was doing multiple businesses, and then I got to a point where it wasn't working out because I wasn't focused.
Right.
So I was making a little money here, a little money here, whatever the kid. I was hustling. I was
Yeah.
in business.
Yeah.
So we were about to get evicted, ended up moving in with my grandmother, and
But you still had the house, which was being rented, right?
nah, that was
You
done.
finally lost it?
Yeah, well, I sold it. I didn't,
Oh, okay. You sold
yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Okay.
I did a short sale. So I'm in, back at my grandmother's house now. My
I'm
wife's
sorry. Just explain to them what a short sale is.
So short sale is when you sell a property for less than what is owed to the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was no proceeds to me essentially. So we had my wife was pregnant, and we had $2,000 to our name, and I had to. I was saving up. We were saving up to try and get those 2,000 to move into an apartment.
Okay.
So I said, nah. I said it's not. I think I could make the money. I think I could. I need. Let me get the $2,000. Let me put it into the system. And we talked about it, and she's like, "You sure? Like, this is our apartment money. This, that, and the third." I said, "No, we get. I'm like, trust me.
I got this.
Yeah." So I put that money in. I worked all summer. Like I did. That's probably the hardest I ever worked. Like 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I don't.
For how long?
Whole summer.
So the 3 months. Okay.
Really, yeah. From like I want to say from June through September.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But things started moving, and I had made like I don't know the first. I think I did like 65,000 that summer. I made 65 grand, and then by the time 10 months I had made 410,000.
Okay.
And then I think by 18 months I had made 1.7, and then life's up.
And it's just flowing.
Yeah. After
All right.
that,
And what year was that?
this was like this is 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you hit that million mark,
Yeah.
did you like feel it? Everybody that I've had on here that's not a millionaires, they was like, I didn't really feel it.
Nah.
You didn't either?
Nah. I was scared to spend money.
Oh.
Yeah. Nah. I was traumatized to spend money.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. I was wired.
Thank you for saying that.
I was wired.
That's real.
I was wired to do the right thing. 'Cause
Right.
I never wanted to be broke. The stain of the smell of being broke was still on me. Like my wife attested to this. I used to I have like 50, I remember a time I had like close to 300 in the bank, and I'm going shopping. I spent like $800 on myself, and I'm coming back with these bags. I'm like, yo, I'm wilding out, man. Like, what am I? I'm serious.
You had like anxiety.
Yeah, so I used to buy stuff all the time and return it. Not wear it and return it, but
Right.
just like buy it, be like,
That didn't make any sense.
Nah, it's just
Don't
dumb.
feel right.
Let me take it back. I used to do that all the time. Like to the point my wife used to be like, nah. She try to hide stuff from me so I couldn't return
Like
it.
keep it.
Yeah, like nah, you deserve it.
I like her. I would know. I like her. That's right.
Nah, but I was the trauma.
You're like
of being broke.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. So I just been wired to make the right decision on how to spend money.
Okay. Yeah. So now with that, because I've heard another person who's a millionaire say something on the lines of that, like, no, I don't spend the money, I just keep investing.
Yeah. If I don't need
so what do you invest in? More real estate? What other things do you invest in?
Myself, the business.
Okay.
Yeah. Because once you understand where to plant money and how to make it grow, that's all. People don't understand what money is, and that's the real problem. And if you don't understand what money is, it's very hard for you to make it and obtain it. Yeah.
And maintain it.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
So money is a substitute for labor.
Okay.
So, all right, I'm gonna draw this big picture, and I'm gonna bring it back here.
Please do.
All right. So, most people don't understand. They're in the matrix mentality. Okay. Yeah. So, this world is run by banks, not governments.
Right.
To be clear, banks. Okay. Do banks the governments control banks? Sort of.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They control banks in the sense that, okay, we could come kick your ass and, but as far as the economy, it's banks.
Right.
So money of itself, this, the dollar or whatever the case it is a product of a bank. Just like a cheeseburger is a product of McDonald's.
Right.
All right. So if you look at it, what is the purpose of the product? Right. We want people to get addicted to the product. Okay. So how do you get addicted to money? Debt. Right. So I don't listen, I'm not a good Bible quote person, but I have read the whole thing in its entirety. And in Proverbs, and I'm paraphrasing, forgive me, but it says basically that you're the debtor is in debt, is a slave.
It's a slave to the debtor.
Yeah, 100%. So if you look at it, we have enough resources and everything in the world where people don't really have to kind of fight over food or stuff like that, or shelter. There's enough for everybody here. What makes it competitive is money. Right? So I give you this example to kind of make it clearer. Let's say there's a world, right? And this world is contained and has 10 people in it. Okay. And let's just say that the money supply in this world is $1 million.
Okay.
Now, in the real world, it's like money comes into the world through banks. Right? It's their product. You follow me so far?
Yeah.
Right. So money's not backed by anything either. So anybody that has a crypto argument, but they hold on to money, that's a different, we'll get there later. So you have 10 people in this world, and you have $1 million in circulation, right? It's come in, it's through the bank. So these 10 people go to the bank to get their slice of this $1 million. Yeah. So each of them gets $100,000, right? So what happens? The banks, when you go to the bank to get money, what do they charge?
A fee.
Interest.
Right.
So basically they're saying like, all right, we're going to give you this 100,000, but you're going to give us back 107,000. You follow me? So if there's $1 million in circulation and everybody has 100,000, right? Collectively, they have to pay back $1,070,000. How do they pay back $1,070,000 if it's only $1 million in circulation?
Right. Whew. Help us, God. Phew.
They don't.
Yeah.
So somebody's not going to be able to pay it back.
Right.
And it forces us to compete to figure out who, just like musical chairs, is going to be able to pay back that $1 million, that pay back that 107.
Right.
So in order for us to do that, it's work. Most people, they trade in hours for dollars. So what I'm saying is, like, if you fast forward that, banks print money. So why are people working why are you trading time for money if they can just hit a print button and print money?
Right.
I say, well, why don't you print money?
Okay.
So people are like, well, I can't print money. I said, you can. It's called credit score.
Come on, touch that one.
So the problem with how people perceive debt is, they view it as a bad thing. And the problem is that
it's like a curse word.
Yeah, because every debt they have costs them money. I borrow money to pay for my house, so I got to pay a mortgage. I borrow money for my car, I got to pay a car note. My purpose, I said, I use debt for only making money. If it ain't making money, I don't want the debt.
So explain how that works.
Borrow money, buy income. Repeat. That's how you get rich.
I'll repeat.
Yeah. So instead of taking $30,000 to buy a car, take $30,000, buy a business or property. That property kicks off cash. It pays down the debt and it puts the cash flow in my pocket.
Okay.
So that's positive debt.
Positive debt. Okay. Now, if you and I, we're cool, and I'm like, gee, I got this amount of money, but I'm nervous in reference to what to do with it. What would you advise me to do to have the money work for me in reference to real estate? Would you tell me, okay, get into this, flip this house, do this? What would you tell me to do?
Borrow money, buy income.
So don't worry about the money I got.
Yeah, you can use it, but you want to leverage other people's money. So
That's it.
Yeah. So the easiest way to do that is a credit score. A credit score, all a credit score tells a bank, if Shanice got money, she gonna pay us.
I could trust her.
Yeah, she got money, she gonna pay us. So now we got to figure out if she has enough money. So if she's buying a house, if Shanice has the money, she'll pay the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
But can she afford it?
Right.
But if you're buying an apartment building and that apartment building got 20 units and that 20 units is kicking off 20,000, and now the mortgage is only 16,000, they're more likely to lend that deal than your house.
In my house.
Yeah, because they know you got good credit and they know that the building's paying.
It's gonna work for itself.
Yeah, so you need to understand math. Like, what's your cost of cash? All right, so if I borrow $1 and I gotta pay back $1.05, I need to pick that dollar in something that's making more than $1.05.
Right.
So what's my rate of return on my
$1 make
investment?
$3.
Yeah.
$4, right.
So if I can borrow $1 and make $1.15, right, and I got to pay back $1.05, I made 10 cents on their money.
Right.
So you can do that to infinity. So I don't want my ideas and my businesses to be reliant solely on my capital because they're gonna die. Because I'm always gonna run out of money.
Right.
I'll run out of money all the time. I run out of cash.
So you gotta use other people's money.
100%. Not, I'm not really saying like people like, oh, you mean like people like a person?
No,
yes,
no.
that too. But also debt, like whatever. But it's just simple math, all right? If you understand what the return of investment is that you're going into, and you understand what your cost of capital is, it's just math.
Right.
And then within that, you figure out, all right, risk.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can calculate that, you say, all right, this is a good investment.
Make the risk smaller, and then you're in a good spot.
Definitely.
Okay. So now, in reference to New York, because you hear all the time, it's saturated. What do you think about that statement in reference to real estate here?
What do you mean? I don't know what they mean by that.
That's what people say, like in reference to purchasing and stuff like that.
I mean, there's a lot of competition here.
Okay. So I guess that's what they mean.
I don't mind competition. Yeah.
She's like, yo, what's up? I'm that dude.
Not well. Another word for competition is demand.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's demand, then I know I can always sell somebody something.
Gotta have the confidence. Love that. Okay. So now, I would like to know some of the other things that you're invested in. You mentioned crypto. Do you have crypto?
A
little bit.
Yeah, actually, we're working on a coin. But like, it's a long story, but yeah, we're gonna be launching a coin soon.
Okay.
Yeah. You said stocks?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't like stocks.
You don't?
Not too much.
Okay.
If I buy when the market go like this, and I go, but I'm not.
Yeah, you're not
chasing.
Yeah.
I'm not a trader.
Yeah, I'm you. I'm very much you.
Yeah.
I am very you. Okay. So now back to the $1 million mark, because it sounded like before that you were working your behind off.
Yeah.
Now, where was the point where you began to kind of coast and things started to work for you? Where you're not working as hard, where you're not working with the energy of I was just broke. So, or did that ever stop? Because for some it don't stop. Because you mentioned, you basically got PTSD behind being broke.
Let me just say this. I don't think I work.
Oh,
I don't.
I like that.
I love Mondays.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't.
That was good.
I'm serious. I don't feel like work. I think
Right.
I think I got a great boss.
So the grind's the same.
What's that?
The grind is the same.
Yeah.
You consistent.
Yeah. I want to. There was a point I lost a little motivation, to be honest with you, just because I was getting bored with doing the same thing over again. It's more boredom than anything. Like it's not. Nah, my vision is way high. I ain't at a billion, and maybe when I get to a billion, I'm gonna get to 50.
Right.
Yeah, but it's also about being able to. There's a lot of me that wants to. There's a lot of help I want to give that you need to be in a certain position to be able to give the way you want to give.
Okay, so you don't feel you're at that point yet.
No, not even close. I'm just getting started, really. But if you ask me,
yeah,
people like a finished product, not even close. Just getting started.
All right, so I'm just getting started. So that's sharing one of the goals you have. You want to do more in your community.
Yeah.
What about teaching courses?
I've done it to a certain extent. I've done some YouTube stuff. You know what it is like? People automatically assume when you teach, like you have to teach because the business ain't going too well. Like I make money in real estate. I do well.
Right.
Like I'm a deal guy.
Mm-hmm.
So the course thing is, and then more. I'm more of a private guy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done it. Like I've done a course. People. The story of people like, how did you make $410,000 in 10 months? Like I wanna know that story. So I created a course to kind of document the process of how I did that. And we were gonna launch it and sell it and everything like that. But I'm actually I decided to just give it away.
So you're just giving free game.
Yeah.
And this is on YouTube.
Nah.
Or you're getting it together? What about an ebook?
I did an ebook.
Okay.
Yeah, I did an ebook. But the ebook was more about my story and the struggle, and then, because it was more about mindset.
Okay.
Because the problem, most people, you can't, you gotta put yourself in the right mindset in order to win. Most people, they die before they even start.
Right.
Because of their mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we expect another ebook to come out connected to that 410 mark.
Yeah,
excuse me.
I'm working on some things. Like I have, we were doing a podcast for a minute, and we took a break, but we were doing it, just giving games about business, and because outside of real estate, I understand business.
Right.
That's the people like, oh, you're just a real estate guy. No, I'm a business guy.
Right.
So I understand business as well. I can look at a business. I can sit down. Numbers, I can see, all right, yeah, what's going on here? How do you do this? How do you do that? But I think the problem is most people don't understand financial literacy, and they don't understand money enough. Like, money's not meant to be spent. Money's meant to be invested.
Yeah.
And then you grow your nest egg, and then the drip that nest egg creates is what you spend. Yeah. And other races understand that.
Chopping bars. That was another good one. That was good.
Oh,
that was good. I like that. All right, so maybe an ebook in the making.
Possibly.
Teaching.
I did one. I mean, I do have a book in the making. I'm working on it.
All right, awesome. So, clearly, this is something that you could do in your sleep. What are other goals besides doing more in the community? Anything that you would want to do for our community in particular? Because I think this is very vital right now. I think so many people are not okay, and they don't understand avenues that are right there.
Yeah, I would say, like, for I'm gonna have an unpopular opinion on this. I'm not really one of a complainer, but I'm just keep it real. For our people, jobs ain't the answer. Like long term.
Right.
It gotta be business because in order to have a seat at the table, the difference with other races is they have businesses and it forces they force themselves to the table because of what they've done economically.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So a Jewish community can police themselves because they bring to the table the economics to do so.
Mhm.
You know, we a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us are so busy trying to ask for the handout of
Yeah,
reparation. It's
yeah.
not happening.
No, that's
Sorry.
definitely
Yeah,
that's
so,
definitely a dub. It's already been handled.
but there's a lot of opportunities now.
Mhm.
Like I just I'm working with Marriott. You know, we're looking to develop a hotel, and they have minority money out there.
Mhm.
You know, I'm doing a construction company. We run a construction company, and I'm like, you know, it was a franchise, and they're like, they have a minority incentive.
Right.
So, and then we used to realize that the money out there is like, they were throwing money at businesses. They throw like, so it's just like, if you can have any type of drive, you can
Mhm.
borrow money and do what you gotta do.
Right.
And by the way, like during those times, my credit score didn't get good to maybe 3-4 years ago.
Gotcha.
All the time when I made the 410,000 all the
Mhm.
way to $1 million and change, I was in the 500s.
Wow. So that means no excuses. That's what he just cursed y'all out.
Nah,
He just made-
he's like, I ain't got no credit. I ain't got no credit. I ain't got no
Yeah,
money.
he just cursed at y'all.
Yeah.
He just cursed at y'all. That means no excuses. That's what that basically meant. Hashtag stop playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was cool. That was cool. All right. So now I just want to tap into the construction a little bit.
Yeah.
This is another business that you're diving into.
Yeah. Well, everything I touch is somewhat real estate related. So we got the brokerage, we got the construction company, we got we're doing mortgages.
Can you share the names of these companies?
Sure. So I used to we just changed the name of the brokerage. So I'm still waiting on the paperwork. Before we were NYCRE Group, now with Spreewood.
Okay. Where'd that name come from?
Up to my head. It's been
Spreewood. It's just something that happened. Okay.
No,
so that's the brokerage.
Yeah.
Now what's the other one you just said? You named another one.
Oh, the construction company is a franchise called Sir Grout.
Sir Grout.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 2.
So we have the Suffolk territory.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 2.
Yeah, so I have a marketing company and like G. Kelley, Dixon Enterprises.
Okay.
Yeah, we have
that's 3.
We got an income tax thing we're doing. It's tax mobile.
Okay.
And
that's 4? Or that's kind of an entity
of that? The mothership is Angelstone.
Okay. So that's 5.
That's the. Yeah.
All right. So 5 businesses that you're handling because you're the systems guy.
Yeah, well, it's partnerships. I don't run them.
Right.
Yeah, I don't. Only one I run is Angelstone.
Okay.
And
you're invested in these other entities.
Yeah, some are minorities, some majority.
But you still getting money from. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my point. that was what I was getting.
And then I have numerous properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many properties do you have?
7 or.
Break them down. You don't pay attention to my oof.
No. I mean,
oof.
We just sold a hotel in February, buying another one in Mississippi. We didn't close it though.
Okay.
I have a construction. I have a few flicks and flips. I have one in Staten Island. We just waiting to close. Should happen next week. I just win the contract and to sell one in Springfield Gardens. We're finishing up one in Elmont, a construction job. We're finishing one in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah, 109. We just bought a property in Huntington. We just closed on that. So one side we're keeping as a rental, the other side we're building a new house.
Okay.
Just bought one in Tarrytown last month. Bought another one in Mount Vernon. Just like the local stuff. We're closing on one in Merrick soon in a couple weeks that we're buying. Trying to think. We just locked up a deal in Florida. We're building oh wow, I got the one. So we're building four townhouses.
Okay.
We have we're doing 200 units in Omaha. We're building.
How do you know where to choose?
It doesn't matter.
Wow, that was an answer. It doesn't matter. I like it.
Yeah. The only thing you need to understand the dynamics of the market, how it ticks, and then based on that you construct your strategy. So you need the right strategy for the right market. It doesn't matter what market you're in.
Okay.
But
okay.
For a development, we look for friendly municipalities. We look for a housing shortage. And then obviously the numbers it needs to pencil out.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you say the numbers in reference to what you'll be able to make?
Yeah. I mean we'll do 10 to 15. That's what I do.
Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. So now when a person hear you say, I just bought a hotel, what's that like? It's no different from you buying a building, a regular residential?
Not really.
It gotta be a little bit different.
I mean, it's more complex. It's more parts to it. Like,
how do those deals? What do the deals entail? Like, what are you saying? What is happening in that room when you're like, I'm Kelley. I want that.
No, you just call people up and say you want to offer on your property.
Okay.
If they say yes, we give them an offer. Most of them are going to say no. A few are going to say yes, and that's the ballgame.
That sounds pretty darn easy.
I got 1,000 times more no's than yeses. But nobody counts the no's.
Right.
except you. Most people, I don't.
Right.
People are like, oh no, they told me no. They told. Like I remember I was talking to a guy on the phone at the kitchen table. My wife comes in and this guy's like chewing me out. She's like, this guy is rude. How do you just sit there and take that? They want the deal. But you didn't have to say it like that. I'm just like,
we talking to my husband like that. She in the kitchen like, take him off mute.
Yeah,
give him a piece of my mind.
Nah, but yeah, she was just like, well, I don't know if I could take that, to get to what I want to.
You like, I'm gonna get to what I want. He
can
turn blue. I don't care.
Nah, I said, listen. So if I had to take 100 of those calls, 99 of those calls, but the 100th one I was gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna let this dude
no. He can yell till he green.
Then she like, I would do that, but that's the reality.
Right. It's your world, though. It's your world.
But you gotta see it that way.
Right. You kind of dope. You kind of cool. You kind of alright.
This girl like, come on, what's up? We best friends, man. We still got it. None of our teeth are knocked out. We still
got our teeth. Like, that's a blessing. Yeah. So now, you shared a certain phrase.
Yeah.
Tap into that.
What, borrow money, buy income?
No. I had put it on the flyer originally. You said, no, actually change it because that's mine. Your motto.
The Monopoly motto.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tap into that.
This is a style of investing. So we said, it was kind of funny because I was flipping houses and I was shopping for hotels. So it just said it's like Monopoly. So but that's it. We buy houses, we flip them, and then because you can raise capital, you can make money. Mm-hmm. So I said, I'm gonna do both. But I said, I don't want to have to raise money. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to make money.
Yeah.
So, we expanded the fix and flip operation. So, like I said, I have like 4 deals going on now, and we're buying a Holiday Inn Express in Mississippi.
Awesome. Yeah. So now, to get to $2 million mark, what do you think you have to do? add more companies,
I'm already
get more properties, or
I'm already there.
oh, you already there?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to get to the 5 mark. Daggone it.
We'll do.
What do you feel you have to do
I'm trying to get to 5 million this year.
this year?
Yeah, we're already at 3.
Okay.
My team knows I've been pushing. We need another $2 million this year. So, go.
Do you do that with them? Is there something like like people have vision boards? Do you literally come like maybe like in the beginning of the year? You're like, yo, this is what we're doing this year because that wasn't that bad last year. We killed that and it was light. So I need you to push the envelope. This is the goal for this year.
I don't need to look that far. I need to let's talk about. Listen, you can't have a good year without having a good month. You can't have a good month without having a good week. You can't have a good week without having good days. So I need to focus. We need. Yeah. I don't even go there.
Yeah.
Let's just focus today and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do today? What you gonna do tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
If you have good days, you are gonna have good weeks.
Right.
You are gonna have good months.
Right.
You gonna have good years.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That was
what
good.
you gonna get done today.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, you mentioned one book.
Yeah.
Give us some other books that you would.
Oh man.
I'm a reader.
Yeah,
So,
of course. I mean,
I like learning.
everybody know the Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah, we got that one.
The honesty, like, I'm all over. I got a lot of stuff in my cupboard.
Okay.
But
give us something that had you like, yo. In reference to business.
Nah, I was telling
Or
somebody.
it could be life. It could be life, actually.
I was telling somebody the other day. I read this book, $100 Million Offers. It's excellent. I think I got a Grant Cartoon, mentor book. I got books on crypto, but to be honest, the thing I read the most is Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg.
Okay.
Yeah. Most people, in business, you gotta know what's coming. Most people,
yeah,
particularly in real estate, heavy. Like people look at the rearview mirror. They're like, oh, this is what happened. This is what things are selling for. I don't care what they're selling. I need to know what's
coming. Yeah.
Because I've been.
That was good.
Yeah, I crashed looking in the rearview mirror.
Right.
And I seen a lot of people at the same time. I was like licking my wounds and going broke. A lot of people got rich.
Yeah.
Rich. So I said, like, what did they know that I did? I said, next time that'll never happen to me again.
Yeah.
That'll never happen to me again.
That's good.
So I said, when people are, I'm gonna see what's coming, and I'm gonna always be prepared.
Right. That was good. I like it. So no other books? That was good. We're gonna look into those. We're gonna look into those books.
I guess. I mean, but I tell you, like the 4-hour work week is a big one.
I can't wait
that helped me.
I had that one.
I done read so many books. I go through books like what am I reading now? I'm reading the 10X joint. I can't remember the name of this book. Yeah, I don't. Man, I there's a lot of great authors out there. I mean, authors out there. I don't. I read funny too. Like it's almost like I look at it like a TV. So I'll read a book for 2 chapters and I'll switch to this one and I'll come back to another book and I'll bring it back. Yeah. So I'm like all over. But
that sounds interesting. I feel like I have that. I feel like I'm
$100 million offers.
Yeah. No, the 4-hour.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, is people need to understand the basics of business, right? You have a product or service, you have a customer. How do you get the product or service? How do you get the money?
Right.
Everything else, most people try to
overthink and go too crazy about it.
Yeah. I'll give you an example. This is something that's going on now. So my sister is looking at doing a franchise. And this franchise, between the lease and the franchise fees and everything, because she had to sign like a 7-10 year lease. So I'm doing the math. I said, this is your investment. It's like $800,000. I said, for what? They're giving you the name, they give you some products. I said, why can't you go to a storefront, get rent for $1,500, put a sign on there, now you in business for $5 grand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's
Because
yours.
yeah. So like even early when I was telling you I'm making the mistakes, I ain't have enough money to fall that far.
Right.
You know, like I'm messing up like $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, $3,000 and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But that's the first piece. The other thing is just stick with it. Just learn from your mistakes. Mistakes aren't failures, they're education.
Love that. Mistakes aren't failures, they're education.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
tell you,
fact.
I mean, please, even in real life, when I first left the Massinaco, this is what you want. I attempted to buy my first deal. My first deal that I had a contract as an investor was with a crackhead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not like a full blown one.
Now he used to get high.
No, he used to get high. Okay.
I
but he was a functioning one.
Was that?
He functioned though.
Sort of.
You ain't had no Pookie.
It wasn't. Pookie had a job at one point. Nah.
Mr. G. Kelley, stop the madness.
There was a condo that was in foreclosure, Jamaica, Queens, Scarborough.
Okay.
Know the block. Yes.
Know the blocks.
Yeah. So he had one of the government grants, and then he had like a government job, so they cooked him up with the apartment. But he started getting hot, so he got in the foreclosure, not paying his bills. So I'm like
smoking the money up.
So he only owes like $60,000 at the time. The condo's worth, I think maybe $120.
Okay.
Right. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I had so I said we had cut a deal. I think I was buying it at 90 and selling it for 120. So I was gonna make 30 grand. So it cost me $5,000 to get into. She said, "Yeah, I'm cool, but I need some money now."
You needed it now, yeah.
I put the $5,000 down on contract, and then I found a buyer getting a mortgage. But at the same time, this guy had a foreclosure sale date.
Okay.
At that time, I didn't know anything how to stop it. You know, so I had this thing was coming, right. And I'm just pushing the mortgage guy to close. Mm-hmm. So we're getting closer to it. I'm like, yo, this thing gonna go to auction. So I said, all right. I said, I end up raising the money. So I was like, I'm gonna take. How
you raise it?
But no, I'm just, because I network
making calls. Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I got this deal, got this deal. Yo, we can stop it. Yeah, I got the guy. So we were gonna basically take the I think he owed like 60 grand, whatever the number was. I had raised the money. We were going to the check to go to the auction to pay off the bank.
Right.
Before it went to auction, and then now he owns it and we could finish and close the deal. So I think I was giving them like 10 to 20% of their money. So I was basically giving me 60 and I was giving them back 72.
Gotcha.
But I was still gonna make, like 18. So I'm like, all right, whatever. The never made it to the auction in time. It's going through the banks, try to cut, and they ended up selling it. But by now, in hindsight, I always laugh at the deal. I'm like, I could have flipped this deal, stopped the bank 3 times. I could have bought time for 2 years now because I know what to do.
Right.
But I didn't know at the time.
Right.
It was just learning experience.
Wow.
So yeah, I lost.
Part of your testimony now.
Yeah, I lost $5 grand trying to buy a house for crackheads.
Listen, homeboy probably gonna see this like, hey, now he making all his money. Well, I hope he's still alive. I hope you got help, sir. Yeah, let's say that. I hope you got help. I hope you got help.
Nah, he be angry. He like, when we closing? I need some more money. I said, calm down, man. What's the problem? He said, no, you don't understand.
No, you didn't understand.
I got bills.
You ain't never smoked crack before. You ain't understand what that man was going through at all. It was serious.
I'm like, yo, I just gave you $5. I had things to do.
It was serious for that man. A different type of time he was on. You don't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That is freaking dope. So you in your zone. This is your world. Putting all of you going through experiences, falls, homeless, jail time, short jail time, thank God. Short jail time.
Yeah.
Dealing with laughter, watching your wife, go through, what you gonna do type thing. What can you leave the people with? You dropped a bunch of jewels, and that's a fact. Like, I'm inspired. But, if somebody just came on, what would you leave them with in reference to Gashar, your story, where you are now, the $3 million man headed to the $50 billion guy?
Yeah, I mean, I always say, like, I would say follow what's in your heart. And, me personally, I don't think we're made to work jobs that we don't like. I think
Right.
There's a passion in there. Just people haven't learned how to earn money doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the piece. If you understand business,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the freedom of business, is that you could free yourself from work. When I say free yourself from work, like the Bible says, as soon as we got kicked out of Eden, you're gonna work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Yeah. The question is, I don't feel like I work because but I gotta call it something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think everybody should feel that way, but people are scared. People are afraid to go backwards.
Yeah.
And they security is the it kills ambition.
Yeah.
So that's the piece. Like, and there's a way to be secure and be ambitious as well. But there's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to choose ambition over security.
Right.
If you want that next level.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's the optimism.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
optimism right there.
Listen, I try to tell people, like, my daughter's like, I don't want to be homeless. I don't want to. Maybe I should just get a job. Like, I'm telling you the game, so you don't gotta do it.
Right.
I ain't gonna say I'm gonna go there. There's the trap right there. Don't go there. Walk there. You go. Like, yeah. Like, I don't want to fall in the trap. I'm telling you not to walk there.
Right. Don't walk that way.
Yeah, I already built the bridge.
Right.
Come over.
Right.
Yeah. But like, if you like, the goal is to, I don't like the ultimate goal is happiness, regardless of where you're at. And I'm not knocking anybody that has a job. If you're happy, that's cool. I'm talking to the person that is miserable every day going there, and they feel that like there's something else.
They know there's an emptiness. They can't really figure it out, but they know something's off, and they should not be doing what they're doing. Yeah, that's what you're talking to.
Yeah, and I always say,
dang, he talking to me? No, it's funny.
I
don't do nothing I don't love. Thank God.
The other thing I find that is extremely helpful. God has always allowed me to find something to be thankful for. And I think we all have. There's a lot we can be thankful for that we kind of just take for granted. So it's never as bad as we really think. We're just focusing on the bad thing. It's just like, this room is ugly because of the chair. I'm not saying, but you just focus on the chair. You're not even looking like around like that. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, that was good, G. That was good.
Yes, and by the way, I'm proud of what you're doing, and I like the hustle.
Thank you. That's one thing I'm gonna do is hustle. That's the fact. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. But I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy it, and this is reasons why I enjoy it. Having amazing people like you come on and share your story, but also encourage people that there's other avenues. There's different things you can do, to get to that mark where you want to be living financially free. Building generational wealth for your family, and it not be a thing of well, my community didn't allow me. You got to educate yourself. And do your due diligence.
It's too much information.
It's so much information.
Yeah, it's like it's right on your phone.
So much information in this little thing.
Yeah. So we gotta stop making excuses. Like, we gotta. I look at America like this. America's a basketball court, and everybody got a basketball. Some people get their basketball right under the basket. Some people get their basketball at the free line. Some people get their basketball at the 3-point line. Some people get their basketball in the bleachers. But everybody got a shot.
Right. That's the one. Boom. And he's leaving you with that note. But I was gonna ask real quick. So when you're looking at your daughters see you, they're young adults. What do they think when they see their father? Like, yo, my pops went through some stuff, but now he out here. Or is it a thing where they even care? Like,
I think they care because
is it drastic? Like how you live now, was it drastic? Where they like,
nah.
Bro, whoa.
I think like you would.
I know you mentioned you don't really like to spend money.
Yeah, most people won't tell them. They don't know how much money I have by looking at me. They won't.
Okay.
And that's cool.
But your daughters know.
Nobody really knows.
How they do? They do now. No, I'm just kidding. Well, listen, no, I'm glad.
Yeah, but the other piece, the last piece of business is once you figure out how to make money, you got to figure out how to keep it.
Right.
From the government.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
Because you gonna make money, you get this like I'm doing it. They be like, yo, you forgot about your silent partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's real.
The silent partner. Yeah.
So your structure and everything like that, like you figure out like, all right, how to structure your stuff. Yeah. And there's a big tax code that's designed with loopholes for business owners to get out of. But most people don't understand that their biggest expense, they think is like rent or their car noise taxes.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's the one. And a lot of it's the ignorance. You don't know. And that's why rich people stay rich, because they learn the little loopholes.
Yeah.
And they talk to one another. When things change, they're having conversations like, well, this is what's going on now. So you don't have to pay this. Yeah. People have conversations, like you said, with the networking and stuff like that. So
every business owner needs real estate.
Yeah.
Because of the tax write-offs.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're going to get killed. Yeah.
Another bar.
I'll leave you with this too. They tax income but don't tax debt. Wow.
Word. Why? Interesting. Yeah.
So I could, if I give you $1 million and say don't pay me back, you gotta pay taxes. You don't cut check. If I give you $1 million and say pay me back in 10 years, that's not income. It's a loan.
It's a loan.
Yeah. So the psychology.
Well,
they want you to take that. That's the irony of it. And who makes money on debt?
Not us.
Thanks.
Thanks to the devil. No, I'm just all right, don't cut me off here. Listen.
Yeah.
Gashar G. Kelley Dixon.
Yes.
Of Angelstone Real Estate Venture Partners.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I hope someone was taking notes, because I think I told y'all to. Because he dropped a lot of jewels. He gave us free game, as they be saying. He gave us a lot of free game on tonight. So I hope you guys are understanding. The only way to get involved is to get involved. Like, you literally have no excuse to be broke right now. There's so much information. So the only person that's getting in your way of being okay is you.
Yeah.
Like, get rid of the fear. Dare to just jump out there by faith. Faith walk right here, like real talk. Faith walk, because he went through some stuff. So,
I don't want you to go through any of that. So.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He shared his story, so you don't have to go that route. You know what I mean? So educate yourself, get involved in real estate.
Can I just say one thing?
Absolutely.
For anybody that's on zero that is trying to figure out how to get your game up or whatever the case may be, if I had $0, and no credit, all right? And Grant Cardone did this. Find something of value that is half priced, and find somebody that is going to buy it and make a spread. Okay, take that money, go to a bank and start establishing credit. This is what you do. Don't get a secure credit card. Go get a secure loan. You take your profit, $30,000, go to the bank, say, I want to borrow 30. I'm gonna give you 30,000. I'm gonna borrow 30,000. They're gonna give you back 30,000. You put it in the account. Let it pay itself for 6 months. Then take the remainder of that 30,000. Pay off the loan. Now you borrow 30,000. Right? If you do that to 2 banks, that's even better. With the same 30,000. Right? Now you got credit. You borrowed 30,000. Now you can go to the bank asking for 20K. You do that with 2 banks. Now you got seed money. Now you take that same property. You wholesale 2 or 3 of them, and then you buy the third one. You buy it yourself. You fix it. But you ride the coattails of the 2 or 3 people you sold it to.
Right.
Or you take the 30,000. You buy a business that's already making money. Not a startup.
That's the one that's already making money.
It's already making money.
Yeah.
So how hard is this? You buy the business, you take over, and you go there, you say, everybody, keep doing what you're doing. Have a nice day, keep it moving, and make sure the checks
go.
That's it. And then
fire.
Yeah. But
and keep doing that.
Yeah. But when you borrow money and you pay the bank back, they go, you want to borrow some more money?
That's it?
Yeah.
You sure? We got
more money. Yeah, we got this, we got this, we got this. Yeah, funny story. So I'm talking to this franchise. I'm like, I'm about the construction company. So I said they introduced me to 2 loan people. The first one, she's like, yeah, well, I can get you a loan, but we gotta, how many companies you have? I said, like LLCs? Like, I said, yeah. I said, I got like over 70. Like, cause I do one for every property I touch. So she's like, yeah, we gotta do tax. I said, I'm not doing all that. For what? I said, no, I'm good. So it's like $150,000 or $300,000 loan. So she introduced me to another person. Same thing. So after going back and forth with these people, the company decided that they're gonna finance me. So I don't gotta put no money down. They said, yeah, well, you sign the paperwork, we'll go over, and then you just pay us every month. So it's basically a no money down situation. And
wow.
So a lot of deals can be structured with no money down. The key is you just need the credit to show them that you could, if you had a money, you pay it back. Yeah. But you could, like SBA, they doing loans right now. There's a ton of baby boomers retiring. They got businesses that are booming, like that's making money, like good money. You say, listen, I'm gonna come in. Let's say you're selling a business for $1 million. That $1 million business probably profits $250, like in your pocket, like after all expenses. So you say, listen, I'm gonna come in with $1 million that you borrow, and I'm gonna need you to hold 50, the other half. So if you're confident in the business, I'll pay that back over 5 years. So out of that 250, you just give them 100,000 every year. Right. So after the 5th year, you make 150,000 for the year, no money out of pocket, and then the 3rd year, the 5th year, you're not making. Now you got the $250,000, and that's if you don't grow. But that's anybody cut that deal. It's not hard. Right. And if you ask, I'd ask somebody, they won't do that deal. So find somebody else. Right. If you don't tell me you asked 100 people, you gave them that deal, and everybody said no. Right. So you ain't asking enough people. You ask 100 people, somebody gonna say yes. Now, boom, you lit. Right. You off to the races. Find somebody else to do the same thing.
Come on, Mr. G. Kelley.
That's what I'm saying.
School of people.
Yeah. So anybody can come up from being at zero to make it to $1 million, $2 million very quickly. So now, if you do that twice, you do that first year once, the second year once. Now you got a business you got one business making $1 million, one business making $1 million. Now you got a $2 million business.
Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
What you just said.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's simple.
Right. Yeah. I like that. So where can they find you?
Website Angelstone.com, Facebook, G Kelley Dixon. Instagram G_Kelley_Dixon.
And Kelly's with an E, right?
Yeah. Okay. Kelley. Yeah. No relation to R. Yeah.
No relation what?
No relation to R. Yeah, you got to separate yourself. People are like, hey, no. I like older women. Now I like my wife.
No, I like the only one, which is my wife. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, cool. Listen, everybody. First of all, thank you again so much for coming on. I'm so excited, first of all, because I'm definitely going to be applying this information because I'm trying to retire soon. So I need some things going on before I leave that place. I got some stuff going on connected to real estate. But, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thanks for
I'm
having
very
me.
proud of you. I know there's more to come.
Thank you.
Listen, make sure you guys following him on social media. Any questions you have about anything that was spoken on today, you can reach out to him. Also, what's the YouTube?
Oh, Mogul Ambition.
Mogul Ambition,
Yeah.
and that's the podcast as well.
Yeah, Mogul Ambition.
Okay, Mogul. I love the name.
Thank
You
you.
got some good little names, sir. He's a good name giver.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mogul Ambition.
But yes, any of your real estate questions, marketing questions, anything that was discussed on tonight, please make sure you reach out to him. Support all that he's doing. I'm excited because I know you're gonna do some things in the community. I know you mentioned something about the youth.
Yeah.
I have such a heart for the kids.
Yeah.
You mentioned some literacy.
Yeah, we got
to share that.
Yeah, so we it's early stages. I'm trying to put together a curriculum to show youngsters how to. I don't want people. The problem with I feel like our youth is they grow up with the survival.
Yeah.
Like our school,
Yeah.
it taught us just how to survive,
Mm-hmm.
and it taught us how to. But the people that's there is surviving.
Mm-hmm.
So who's really going here?
Who's
So
gonna teach them?
like if I wanted my own business, I wanted this. So I want to show people that, like kids, like say, because they, give me a junior high school kid that's like, all right, I got you covered, I get your business. When you get 18, I
My
can
son
show you
is
how to
8.
get
He has a business.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I like that.
Both my kids, they have businesses. So you
I like
got to
that.
teach them young.
Yeah, I like that.
He see his parents, they see their parents go get it.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, wait a minute. I'm like, yeah, this 5-year-old started this. This one has a lip gloss. What you want to do? So that's how you started.
That's
so please don't let that fall to the wayside. Definitely do that.
Also, too, we're looking for people as far as like I built this system that can generate leads.
Okay.
But I lack people that know how to close. So if there's somebody that says, you know what, like I got money, I know how to talk to people, we can partner up and do some things.
That part.
Yeah, we can partner up and do some things.
That part, for real.
But yeah, we got a phenomenal system. Business is expanding. Like we're scaling heavy. I'm looking at we're opening a call center in DR. So we're adding that, and then we'll be a $20 million company by the end of 2024.
Boom. Speak those things that are not as though they are. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Yes. So please, sir, please, ma'am, any questions involving anything that was discussed on tonight, make sure you reach out to Mr. Gashar G. Kelley Dixon of Angelstone.
Yes. You don't need the rest. Angelstone.
It's a pet peeve of Angelstone Real Estate Venture Partners.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Hot Mic Lady She Podcast. And we are going to say good night and get to your bag because you ain't got no excuse. That's right. The end. Peace. Nighty night, folks.